Gemini. My name is Echo, and thank you so much for joining me for your May 2025 tarot reading. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that we are moving into the spring energy with a lot of astrological, I guess you could say excitement, but always be sure to take a look at your ascending sign before your sun sign for a little bit more accuracy in your readings as a result, because we are all upgrading. I'm going over just a bit of a cold right now, so please excuse me if I sound a little bit stuffy and drop the occasional cough. I do have my Palo Santo here burning because it is a little more soothing, but this will go out just shortly, so bear with me. All right, let's go ahead and get started with your reading, Gemini, and see what we have. You have the Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. So crows are all about looking after the shiny things, and they're very familiar with, I guess you could say they never forget a face. They're very familiar with how social interactions work with humans. Like they'll never forget you. They tell you never wrong a crow because it will always cross you. The whole corvid, those are blackbirds in general, family are actually pretty intelligent, such as ravens, magpies, crows, blackbirds, that sort of thing. So if you are working with spirit right now on something, go towards those little shiny things. And if there are faces that come back to you just on a random thought, maybe someone you haven't talked to in a while, follow that feeling and reach out to them because there may be a reason. Likewise, if somebody has wronged you and you never forget that face, go with that instinct, follow it, because they say a tiger doesn't change their stripes. So there may be someone who has wronged you in the past who you're avoiding while you're looking for those shiny new projects and things that attract you for a reason. If someone is not conducive to creative energy and you know this, you're going to be steering clear of them in the month of May. Next up, you have the Strength card. So Strength is all about, like it says, draw from your inner reserves to know where true growth can be achieved. If you look at this card, it has all the leaves in the trees coming from the heavily rooted tree. And you have to plant those roots before you can get all the branches to bloom, right? You have to really know what you're made of. As Socrates said, know thyself. I believe it was Plato who carried this out as well. And it is true. It was thought to be the beginning of all wisdom. He was a Greek philosopher. And if you don't know yourself, how can you ever know how you relate to the world around you, let alone try to understand it, right? Because you're with you all day. Nobody knows you, and they're not in your head the way you are. So if you can't decode what's going on with you, how can you ever hope to think about anything else, right? So stay strong, stay true to yourself, and whatever it is you're looking to create at this time. If there are difficulties, just know that you're capable of pushing through them because you know your limitations, you know what you're capable of, and you know what your roots are made of, all right? So let's just continue with this reading and see what else comes up. You have Dagas. Dagas is the card of night and day. For every night, there is a day. So there is a bit of a butterfly energy about you right now. You're going to be sitting in that cocoon energy for a while, whether you want to or not. We all kind of go there. It's sort of a rite of passage. But before it comes to be the butterfly, the caterpillar has to be broken down into that sort of soup, right? I mean, that's gross, but within the cocoon, that's exactly what's happening. Its body is being broken down so it can be rebuilt. But the cocoon will keep it safe and sheltered in the meantime. So if you just trust spirit to help you co-create, like we saw in the Crow Spirit card, just know that any broken down periods you're having or places where your creativity is limited, it is for a reason. It's because they're going to be ready to bloom and blossom, and you're going to spread your wings when the time is right. We always want things to happen in our time, Gemini, and I totally get this, but that's just not the way life works. I'm sorry. Life works in cycles. There are seasons, and just like it works with nature, so does it work with us. We have to follow the seasons of when we can be broken down, when we are going through difficulties, so that we can come out of them, peaks and valleys, things like that. We're going to rise up and spread those wings as we move into May. So let's go ahead and continue this reading. I'd love to see what cards come out for you because this is a great start with the oracles. You have the Fool, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So the Fool card is the beginning of the tarot. He is the symbol of innocence and sort of dreamy energy. He is all about going his own way, looking like he goes with nary a care, right? He's just walking along on the edge of this cliff, daydreaming to himself. But should he misstep or even trip over this dog, which represents his own innocence, he will fall to his death, okay? And that looks like a long fall. He is looking from the clouded energy of the sky into the clarity above, right? He realizes that he doesn't know everything, but he's not entirely worried about having all the answers now. So you are going to be clearing your head in the month of May, even though you do start out with a bit of a fool card and you don't have all the answers. I feel like you're not entirely bothered by that. I feel like you're accepting, you're ready, you're open to receiving, and this is a great place to be, especially if you're starting new creative endeavors. This is a great place to be because you've already got that creative spirit, that pep in your step to go. Just know that there is the chance to misstep, so do be careful. Don't do anything crazy or potentially dangerous to yourself or others. But I really don't see that happening for you. I think you're more in an energy of you just want to create something beautiful, right? And you're okay with making mistakes along the way. Next, you have this Five of Swords. Five of Swords is all about getting past any mental blocks or difficulties. This can talk about things with not just the way you think, but the way you communicate, maybe even the way you approach technology, right? Letters, emails, that sort of thing. There is some sort of block that's holding you back, and I feel like it's a little bit of a guesswork. Like, you've got the carefree energy of the Fool. You want to go forward and create, but you don't exactly have all the answers, and you're aware of this. You know this Five of Swords is here blocking you. So you're being encouraged to push past them, flitter around them as the dragonfly does. Dragonflies are symbols of renewal in other cultures. That to see a dragonfly was said to be a loved one who has passed away coming back to visit, to check on you, to let you know, hey, I'm okay. It's a symbol of rebirth, that their energy is still present and with you. So whatever it is that's got you feeling a little bit blocked from time to time, you are capable of moving past it and you're open to getting answers from spirit. This is just a reminder to stay that way, stay in the symbol of rebirth, and let whatever those hindering thoughts or communications or naysayers are fall away, because they're not conducive to a creative environment, like we were talking about, knowing your own strength and what it is you're capable of doing so that you can grow, right? And you never forget a face. So if somebody is telling you can't, forget them. If someone is blocking you while you're trying to be creative, forget them. It's probably jealousy. Even if it's not jealousy, they just don't understand you and your vision the way you do, right? Because no one knows you like you. Okay, there it is. Six of Wands is all about achieving a victory. So you got to keep in mind with the Six of Wands, it's a very fiery, passionate energy, which is where you're at. Are you the individual riding the horse going forth to claim this victory wreath, riding back? Or are you one of the people in the background cheering that guy on? Are you going to champion yourself, or are you going to spend so much of your time cheering for other people and fighting for other people's causes that you rob yourself? Gemini, it's very important. Yes, we need jobs. Yes, we need stability. And I get that. Trust me, I get that. But you can't spend every single waking moment and every ounce of your energy on building someone else's dream, keeping somebody in money, making them look good, so much to a point that it robs you. And I feel like there are sometimes you really feel this energy, but you kind of shrug it off. You don't let it bother you because you don't like dwelling on the things that are uncomfortable. You don't like sitting in a place that, I guess you could say, feels like a drawback. You're very fluid. You like to move and dance in and out of difficulties and just keep on going, keep on trucking. So you are going to be the person on this horse in the month of May. You've already decided, but just be wary of the times when you are the person in the background cheering for someone else. And that's not to say you can't. It's nice to support the people around us, but if someone's taking too much, just be wary of that energy. Likewise, take note of who is cheering you on as well and who is supporting you, because those are the true friends, those are the true keepers, and those are usually the best source of energy when you're going to create, right? Because everybody needs that little pat on the back now and then to let them know they're doing a good job. All right, so continuing with this reading, I just want to see, what does Gemini maybe not see coming in the month of May? Because you've got a lot of great cards here. It sounds like you've got a real spark of creative energy just going. You're like a battery at this point, honestly, Gemini. This is the vibe I get from you. I want to see, what do you maybe not see coming in the month of May? You have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is, again, a very passionate, fiery energy. He can sometimes be symbolic of the individual who's just trying to get some. But this is you going forward to get some, in the sense of go after that which you desire, go after that which you know you are worthy of, that you have been withheld from in the past. And it's funny because when I look at the clouds in these characters, the Knight has the cloud that's clearing. The Fool card that started your reading has the cloud that's clearing. And so does the Six of Wands. He has the cloud that's clearing. How very interesting. So you are clearing away energies that have you foggy on how you're going to progress. And it's like you're just knocking through those barriers. Whenever a negative thought arises, you're just, boom, knocking it down. Whenever a naysayer shows up, no, I'm not going to deal with you. Whatever it is, you're not seeing exactly how this passion is going to play out for you or where these sources are going to come from. But I feel like you're going to get boosts of energy in the month of May from places that you did not expect, from unlikely sources. So keep your ear to the ground. Be welcome to accept answers from Spirit like we talked about, and you're going to thrive in the month of May on whatever it is you're working on. What blessings does my Gemini maybe have coming in the month of May? Because it looks like you're already working with blessings here, right? You're going forward with a very passionate energy, and you're going to feel that sense of fire and renewal, almost from left field. Maybe not left field for you, but it's going to come from perhaps some unlikely sources on top of the ones you're already aware of, because you are looking after who and what does work for you. Co-create with Spirit and trust that it will come out. I love that card. Co-create with Spirit, the crow. I love that, because that really is, I mean, think about it. Crows are birds that go through every day doing what it is they do, trusting that they're going to be given what they need to survive. They don't have 9-to-5 jobs like we do, right? They just go. They get up, they go looking for the food, they build their nest, they do their thing, and that's it. They just have to trust that they're going to get what it is they need. And that's very much you in the month of May. So what blessings does Gemini have in the month of May? You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is all about carrying a burden or shouldering a great responsibility. So this may be that you've been carrying all this passion, because again, we're talking wands, and you've been shouldering it and holding it for so long. But the blessing is, if you look, the individual in this card is working his way toward this castle in the distance. And it's almost like this could be the firewood that warms his hearth. This could be the sticks he needs to help expand on his castle, because you have to build foundations, right? You need wood. This could be anything. But whatever this burden is you're carrying, it's actually going to be a blessing, because it's teaching you what you're made of. It's teaching you just, how do I want to put this? It's making you more grateful for the process. So when the reward comes, it will be that much sweeter. I hope this makes sense. You're shouldering whatever burden it is now so that life will be a little easier later. Okay. When the victory comes, you'll be able to really sit and appreciate it and enjoy it, knowing that you put in the hard, honest work. You might be seeing other people shortcut or hearing stories about how they shortcut, and you may or may not hear about how it blew up in their face. But you've already decided you're not going to shortcut things. You're going to do things in a way that absolutely works. So you're all about accepting answers and ideas and the input from others who you genuinely feel do resonate with you on some level. So what advice do you have for my Geminis in the month of May, Spirit? What advice do you have? What advice? We have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is all about blocking yourself with any negative thoughts, beliefs, or ways of going about doing things. This is about communication, thoughts, technology, that sort of thing. The individual in this card is sitting upon the seat, but she is not bound. There is nothing holding her there but herself. She could easily put these swords down, remove her blindfold, and carry on with her life. The lavender sitting around her heels is a reminder that healing is all around you. You are capable of getting up from your seat and just going. And by getting up from your seat, I mean literally what it is you do every day with your life, the status quo. You are capable of getting up and releasing yourself from that energy, just like you are capable of putting whatever it is you're trying to create into being. You're the one holding the swords. The way you communicate, the way you think about your life, what you think is what you create, okay? But we already said, know thyself. If you know your limitations, if you know your gifts, if you know your fears, then you are obtaining self mastery. You are already working towards that place of wisdom, so you can expand upon that and you can build. So you're capable of getting up from this sword, and you're advised from this seat with those two swords, you could put them down and move on with all the healing energy you've given yourself and share it with others. So you're being advised at this time in the month of May to do just that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw you a rune, my dear Gemini, because I do draw these at random. And this is a beautiful reading. I would love to see what Spirit has for you in the runes. Let's take, no peeking. This one, what is this one? Doggos. The same rune you got in the card. Doggos, and it looks like butterfly wings, right? But so it's no surprise they put it on that card. But Doggos is all about for every night there is a day. For every action you put in, you will get rewards out. That goes for good and bad. Life is all about the ups and downs. This is all about balance. Not just the balance we maintain every day, but the balance we wish to achieve for ourselves. If you're putting in the work now, you're making the sacrifices now, you're going to get the rewards. It is promised. I love this reading. This is so beautiful for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm wishing you a very blessed May. My name is Echo, and I will see you next time.